and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time stepping here, welcome. I do hope that you subscribe, and if you're coming back for more content, thank you so much for being here once again. So as you've already seen by today's title of today's video, I'm doing a story time. I don't usually do story times on my channel because I believe I'm not a good storyteller, and I believe I'm one of that boring friends that everyone has. You know, every group of friends has that one boring friend. That's me. I don't have much stories to tell, so that's why I don't usually do story times on my channel. But today I'm like, let me film this one video for you. So we're doing a story time. Okay. So let's start. The story goes back in uni when I was doing my first year. So I know you're probably wondering, girl, how did you get in that situation? Tell us what happened. So I'm going to be telling you exactly what happened and how I found myself with a STI and how I nearly died from having an STI. So it was back in first year. My friend and I were going to be attending an event on campus. Sorry, this is irritating me. We're going to be attending an event on campus. We had an event called Miss Green. It was basically a competition where fellow students enter by they create a dress for Miss Green using recycled products or reusing certain things to form a dress, and they compete with each other, you know, like how modeling competitions are. So that is what we were going to attend. It was on a Saturday, I remember. So we met up at Bria Center and we were going to have a few drinks. If you were a fresher or you were in DUT during my time where there was a cafeteria at Bria Center, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we went at cafeteria, we had a few drinks. Around 6 to 7, that is when we went to campus to attend the event. Fine. So we attended the Miss Green event, and I really needed to pee because I had been drinking. And I needed to pee, so I go to the loo. It was really dirty. The toilet flush was no longer working. There was no water on campus. It was really dirty, and I needed to do my business because I had been drinking. Like I couldn't hold myself anymore. So then I go pee, and when I'm done I go back to my friends and we continue like attending the event. So around 11, my boyfriend comes on campus because like I needed him to come get me because I wasn't going to take a taxi alone at that time, and it was very safe, and I didn't want to take over Taxify because of the kidnapping that goes on and everything and the shooting. So I needed him to come get me on campus. He came around 11:30. The event finished at 12:30, so we left together. We took a taxi. We used to stay at the same res when I was doing my first year. So fine, okay? We take a taxi, we go, and then the taxi dropped us off. So we walked a distance, and I used to stay at an very safe place. I stayed at South Beach, and if so, guys, even during the day it was not safe at all to walk alone. So as we're walking, I can feel up my nose. Something is not okay. My womb is not okay. I can feel pains in my abdomen. I was like, not okay. And I tell him that no, I'm feeling abdomen pains. And he's like, really? We haven't been sexually active in a few days, so I wasn't expecting you to tell me that. And I was like, yes, and I'm not even expecting my periods anytime soon. So I tell him that, and we continue walking. You know, we go to our areas, and fine. That was on a Saturday. So on a Sunday, I don't remember much what happened the next day, but what I remember is that I started having back pains on my back. My back was so to a point where I told my roommate, but okay, or do you have a rubbing cream or anything that I can use on my back? My back is very sore. I don't know what's wrong. I have pains on my back. And then my roommate said, like, no, oh, ang nayo. And I started asking people around, do you have a rubbing cream that maybe I can use? And no one had it. So I was like, oh my gosh, my back is very painful. The next day it was Monday. The next day was Monday. I had lectures, so I went to campus to attend my lectures. Da, 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 da. I remember I finished early because my parents were supposed to come to me. They were supposed to come see me. It was, I think I left campus around 12 because my parents came in town around 1:30. They called me and they're like, we outside your race, and I was sleeping. I was so tired. I was literally tired. I didn't know that I was sick to that point. Now that I think about it, I'm like, girl, what the shit was I? So then now my parents come to see me. Fine, I get dressed, I go to them, I find them waiting for me in the car. Like, they were really excited, and I saw my baby sister. She, like, my mom had just given birth. My baby sister was like 1 month old, so without medical aid, she was like getting her formula for free. I don't know for how many months. So on that specific day, she was coming to town to get my baby sister's milk, and she needed me to go to the salon for her. She had bundles, so she wanted the bundles made into a wig. So she didn't want to be in town for that long, so I had to go to the salon for her while she went to the pharmacy to get the milk and everything. So now my parents are happy to see me. They're excited, you know, and I can tell, but no, I'm not well, I'm sick. But I didn't want to, like, you know, give up, boring and so like I tried acting up as if I'm okay, even though I was not okay. I was sick. I could tell that I'm sick. Now that thinking about it, like before even going to the event, I think it was Boma Thursday, Friday, Ganji, my mom called me and she asked if I was okay, and I said yes. Right, so what's wrong? And she's like, I had a dream about you and you were really sick. I'm like, no mom, okay. Now that I was really sick on that day, I was like, okay, that was a sign. I was really sick and and they were talking, they were happy, like they have a newborn baby, they are excited, you know. So now I'm fully saying, yeah, cool, I'm not in the mood, I need to go see a doctor, you know, like. And I didn't even know that it was that serious until that very moment. So fine, we drive to the salon. There's this lady, she goes to like, she's a very good hairdresser. We used to go to her before, like I knew everything about wigs and stuff. So she used to be our hairdresser at that time. So we go outside her salon. It's a very dodgy place, like no lights. It's a very dodgy place. So when I had to get outside the car, that's when I realized, hey boo, I'm so sick. Like, where will I even get the energy to stand up and go to the salon? I was like, no ways. But fine, I try to tell my parents that I'm sick. I get out of the car, I take the bundles, and I walk to the salon. Finally make it, and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm here. We greet each other with the hairdresser, and she starts making the hair into a wig. So she's halfway through her job when I feel like I really need to go vomit. Like, I'm sick, I want to go vomit. I ask her, where are the toilets? She shows me some dodgy corner and she's like, do you want to go there? And I'm like, yes, I really need to go to the toilet. She gives me 2 rand and she says it's 2 rands to use the toilet. Fine. So I go there, I pay by the door, and I go to the toilet. First thing I see, that both the doors are closed. There's a sink. I go to the sink, I vomit. Like, I look behind me, there's a door which leads to outside. Like, people can really see what's going on in the toilet. And if like the actual toilets didn't have a door, like people could see you doing your business. It's a really dodgy salon. So as I'm vomiting, I can see people outside. There's this para looking guy. He sees me vomiting. He takes a bodlelele black label. He washes it. There was a tap outside. He gives me water to drink from the black label, like from the black label bottle. So now to stop the vomiting, because like it was bad, and he was like, Sasam was shona when. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was sick. I don't even know where I got the strength from to take my phone and call my mom. I'm busy vomiting and I'm like, Ma, I'm sick, please come get me. Now they are worried because I was fine when they left me. Now I call them, I say, I'm vomiting, I'm sick, I'm dying, what is going on? Fine, after vomiting, like the water from that guy helped me it helped me stop the vomiting. So my dad comes, like within like 5 minutes, he comes, he finds me at the salon. Like, he was so worried. One thing about my dad, when he's so worried, you can even see his face that no, he's worried, something is wrong. He comes to me, what's wrong, are you okay? Like, after the vomiting, I felt so much better. And I was like, no, I'm fine for now. I'm just gonna wait for the hair to finish and then we can leave. Fine. The lady finishes making the hair into a wig, and then we leave. I go to the car, find them in the car. They're like, you're sick? I'm like, yeah, I'm sick. They're like, what's wrong? I can't even describe what I was feeling. So they take me to, my mom's like, we're not going to see the top. We're not going to see the doctor. I'm not taking you to the clinic. We're going straight to the hospital so that you get the result same time so that we know what is wrong with you. Oh, fine, okay, cool. We get into the car, we drive to the hospital. Fine, go to the emergency trauma thingy. And when we get there, like, my back was so, literally, I was walking like this, like the pain from yesterday came back. Doctor asked what's wrong with me. I described everything, and then he took my blood test, and then he took my pee, and then he started asking questions. Are you sexually active in front of my mom? Someone please tell doctors to stop asking us those kind of questions in front of our African parents. Why do they ask us, are we sexually active in front of them? Like, please. Yeah, fine. As I was saying, please just stop asking us that. And then they asked, when was the last time you had your periods? I'm like, guys, I had my normal period. Like, now it's awkward. My mom is in the room, and the doctor's here, and the nurse is here. Okay, fine, I answer all questions. And then, like, we're just gonna wait for a few minutes for my results to come back. Fine, we wait. We wait. Meanwhile, they put me on a drip. They put me on the drip. The nurse was very nice. He was very nice and sweet. So fine, a couple of minutes later, they come back and they tell me that I tested positive for an STI. Like, what? I haven't even been sexually active. Where did I get the STI from? Like, at the period, I knew that no, I haven't been doing it, you know. So like, you tested positive for an STI. Like, okay, me? No ways. They asked me when was the last time I was sexually active. I tell them. And then when was the last time you used public toilet? It was like on Saturday. And the doctor's like, maybe that's where you might have got it from. And then they asked me, have you been going to the toilet regularly, more often than usual? I was like, yeah. Is your pee burning? No, it's not. Your back was sore? Yes, my back was sore. And he was like, that's probably because it was starting to affect your kidneys. That is why your back was sore like that. They put me in a drip. The drip really helped me. After 1 hour, the drip got finished, and then they gave me a script with all my medication. It was mostly antibiotics and painkillers for the back. And then we left the hospital. They asked my mom if they want her to keep me over for the night, and my mom was like, no, we're taking her home with us. So fine, we get into the car, and that is when I was like, okay, I could laugh because I was laughing, not because I was faking it. I felt like it helped me so much. And then they didn't even take me back to res. They're like, nope, you're going home with us. So they took me home, and I started taking my medication, and yo, I nearly died. Like, within a short time period, I got the STI from the toilet on Friday, and Monday I was already like dying. I was vomiting, my back was sore, like I was tired, I nearly died. Which brings me into questions. These people who get STIs from being sexually active, and they don't treat them for so long, how do they survive? I mean, I nearly died, but taking the medication definitely helped me. And the fact that before I had that incident a couple of weeks back, there's also a girl at my residence who also got an STI from using public toilets because she said she wasn't sexually active. I don't know, but she also nearly died. It got bad to a point where people from my race like had to take her in a taxi and take her to a government hospital because she was really not okay. So that is my story for today, how I nearly died from having an STI. So yeah, please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment if you've had like a similar story to mine, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And thank you so much for watching. You're going to be seeing me on my next video.